Hi, I'm the Deuteragonist, and I'm gonna be ranking every single one of my album songs from my most recent album, Rough Cut Reject, from worst to best. Before I start doing anything, this is just my opinion. If you rank any of these songs differently, that's completely cool. Like, I might change my mind about this tomorrow, next week. Making this list was actually really difficult. I kind of only knew what was going to be in the top 4 spots, and then everything else was kind of a mix. Anyways, let's get on with this list. When the stars are out, I'll be home again, and I'll wonder if... So the worst track, in my opinion, is Street Corner. Honestly, the song is too long, and I made too many mistakes. That's probably because the track is a live performance. It's a one-take live performance. Would the track be higher up on this list if it wasn't performed live? Maybe, but I don't think it would be higher than maybe third last. I don't hate the song, it's just not my best work. Maybe I try too hard to lift my heavy heart. Fleeting Ecstasy is the second last track. The song is just vocally weak. My high notes aren't really that great. The harmonics for the guitar are actually really nice, but the rest of the instrumental isn't as good as those sections. I just kind of think the song fell short. It's lyrically pretty good, but it's not my favorite. Don't go doubting if you don't wanna feel like you're alone. Don't go running if you can't. You feel like no one understands. I was actually gonna put About You as the very last track. That's honestly because I just hated the song. The reason why it's not at the bottom is because when I was recording it for the album, I actually kind of grew to like it. It's about some personal stuff. The weight of that just kind of made the song mean a little bit more. It has more of that emotional value. No one's given you the freedom to roam the world. Not for Climbing was actually way higher on this list when I started making the list. The more I started thinking about it, the lower it went on the list. I guess I kind of realized that the song wasn't as good as I thought it was. There are good parts of the song, but the song as a whole is not as strong as some of the other tracks. I'm not here right now. There's things that I've had to sort out. Answering Machine was actually lower on the list, so unlike Not for Climbing, it started lower and actually made its way up the list. I don't think the song is outstanding or amazing in any kind of way, but at least it's solid as a whole song. It's not my favorite thing ever. I might skip it every so often, but I think it's a pretty nice tune. Would you mind at all that you've done for me? I don't like All on the Line. I don't understand why people like it. The acoustic guitar is really nice. The piano bits are really good. I don't think it's as cool of a song as some of the other tracks, but I don't think that it is a worse song than anything below it, so I can't really complain. I miss my life. I need my home. Nothing feels close, nothing that I know. So Over is the highest ranked song from the entire acoustic trilogy. That's mainly because it's the only song in that trilogy that works by itself. The entire trilogy, it's meant to be played as a group. Those 3 songs are meant to go together, so when you separate them, they become weaker. They're not as good of songs, which is why they're ranked so much lower. If I were to actually put the trilogy on this ranking list, it would actually probably go in spot number 9, because the songs have their own storyline. They have their own narrative. They're supposed to string together. So when you separate them, they're not as good, but this is probably... it's the only one in the trilogy that actually stands pretty well on its own. She's a Polaroid without a frame. Collapsia was actually kind of a surprise. The instrumental is very separated and choppy, whereas the vocals are really smooth and they kind of string the entire song together. There's really not that much to say about the song. It's not the best on this list, but the song is pretty great. It's at that halfway mark, almost.
That's to burn or else. And you tell me, why should I care?
To Burn or Else is basically a spite song. It's for all the fake people who I went to high school with. The song is a bunch of rhythmic guitar and those really nice echoey vocal parts. It was definitely one of the most fun songs to record for the album.
I don't think it really matters to add up your ever afters. No one else will get to feel this way.
Honestly, I think Map Mark is kind of a fan favorite. It's not really my favorite. It's definitely one of the most chaotic songs on the album. It's very loud, it's very fast-paced, rhythmically really well done. The vocals aren't amazing, but it's a really good song for a drive.
And everybody's trying to tell you how they live their life. Sorry, I can barely afford mine in my subconscious state of mind.
I think the reason why Social Comatose is so high on the list is because it's just a pure enjoyment song. I just love the song because it makes me laugh. It's definitely not as well put together as like Map Mark or even like Collapsia, but it's fun, it's funny. You literally can hear me laughing on this track. That's how much fun I had with it. It's a very simple track, but I think it's one of the tracks that just kind of makes my life better.
Fade away with the rest of me that gave into this world. Where am I now?
I think Now was actually the biggest surprise in this entire list. It ranks so much higher than I actually thought it was going to ever rank on this list. When I recorded this song for the first time, absolutely it would have ranked lower than some of these songs because I didn't like it, but as I changed things, as I made it better for the album, the amount of improvement in the development of the song was so huge. It was this weird song that just got better with time, and I've only grown to love the song more and more because of that.
You don't go around making useless sound. You know who I am. You go take your best shot, give it all you got. Well, you still can.
I know that I said that To Burn or Else was the spite song, but like Even Out is like the ultimate spite song. This is the song that I had the most fun with more than any other song on this album. The ending of this song is hands down one of my favorite moments on the album. I love that it just kind of closes everything off. The lead vocal for this song, not the echoes, but like the lead, I did that all in one take. I wanted to be exhausted by the end of the song, and you can hear that raspiness and all that like exhaustion by the end of the song. You can hear how much energy that I'm putting into the song by the end.
And by the looks of this, the sun is never ever coming down.
This song bops like nothing else I've ever written in my entire life. This is the song that kickstarted the entire album. This song kind of came out of nowhere. This song was released just before I went on my big summer vacation. Lots of the lyrics in this song don't make any sense, but it's just so chaotic that you don't really care.
I've never known how to carry this. How can I be sure?
I think Come and Get Me is sort of the climax of the entire album. It's a tribute song to anybody who's ever suffered at the hands of an abuser, a manipulator, any kind of bad situation that wasn't in your control. As much as this song was for me and kind of about me, it is a song that is for everyone else. After I published this song on YouTube for the first time, it really just felt like I could breathe. The last 45 seconds of this song that make up the last chorus, are basically perfect. They make me really, really emotional. I've never cried over this song. If any song on this album were to make me cry, it would probably be this one first.
They are far and away. The prettiest views from the bench is where, yes, the prettiest.
The Bench We Walk By is one of the best songs I've ever written in my entire life. When I was writing Waves with Case, I was actually working on this song at the exact same time. Case had actually asked me about the chords I was using for this song, and I said, sorry, I'm keeping those chords to myself. We can't use them for Waves. This song was so important to me that I wanted to keep it secret from Case. Like, that was the height of how much I wanted this song to be a success. It truly it means a ton to me. It's got all these weird metaphor lyrics, and the instrumental it's so good. It's one of the best compositions I've ever written, and I don't think I'm ever gonna get over it. I just kind of thought about if I was gonna be able to pick a favorite track, and at the end of the day, I had listened to the album maybe 2 or 3 times, and kind of came to the conclusion that I'm never going to get over how good this song is. And it really does have to take the #1 spot for me. So yeah, that's my ranking of RCR. And if you haven't already, please listen to my full album. Or if you like shuffling a playlist or hearing the songs individually or making your own playlist, I will link that over here. Let me know what your favorite tracks are and how you would rank them if you can. I don't know. So yeah, thanks for watching me do this. I'm not sure how entertaining it was, but hopefully you got something out of it. That's all for me for right now, and I will see you guys in the next video. As always, have a good day.